Hello everyone, this is a Kayn guide. This video will include abilities, masteries, matchup, item order pros and cons. Now, let's take a look at the champion mastery page together. Here, you can make adjustments according to your own playstyle. The Darkened Scythe, Shadow Assassin utilizes Dark Harvest, the best out of any other rune, so usually almost every game. The Darkened Scythe, Shadow Assassin games are Dark Harvest. Unless the plan is to plan a Bruiser build on Blue Kayn, then Conqueror can be good in that situation. The Darkened Scythe, Shadow Assassin makes great use of the increased lethality, as well as the free magic penetration, which can be useful with Blue Kayn's passive, giving him bonus AP damage for the first threes of combat. This is just the best option right now for the Darkened Scythe, Shadow Assassin, in my opinion, and most people that play Kayn go for Eyeball Collection. Considering Kayn's R cooldown is not very high, going Treasure Hunter instead of Ultimate is very nice, as to snowball even harder on Blue Kayn and get those power spikes going so you can 1v9. The Darkened Scythe, Rost utilizes Conqueror crazy freaking well. Increased healing and some damage, awesome! Every game on the Darkened Scythe, Rost games are Conqueror. Nothing beats Conqueror. Rost, no other rune is as good. The Darkened Scythe, Rost gets even more healing when killing some with Triumph. Why not? The more healing the better on my big boy Raced. The Darkened Scythe, Rost does great with Legend Tenacity. The Darkened Scythe, Rost does great with Last Stand, as it gives him more damage when he is low. Usually on Rost you ult at low HP, which combines well with Last Stand, and it can also be clutch for a Q on low HP doing more damage, which in turn heals you more. Depending on the opponent's situation and the game's composition, you can make these selections. You can choose Gustwalker Hatchling and Stealth Ward as your starting items. For your early item pick, you can go for Tiamat and the Brutalizer and Boots. Up to 20 minutes, you can consider purchasing Profane Hydra, Ionian Boots of Lucidity, and Hubris. For your full build, after getting Axiom Arc recently, you can continue with Cyrilda's Grudge and Edge of Night. And now look at the pros. One of the fastest jungle clears. Two forms. Snowball for play for team fights, Dog Tank Shred. Some sexy freaking skins he can get around map quick, gank at good angles, and stay on enemies. Can do it all. Dive backline or shred frontline. And now cons. Weak early game, can be invaded and out-skirmished by many junglers. Low CC, unless you go Rost. On Rost, can get kited pretty hard. Easy to pick up, hard to master. His blue form, Shadow Assassin, is weak late game. The Darkened Scythe form choice, Razor Ost versus Shadow. Assassin Kayn wields an ancient, sentient weapon that battles with him for control. Dealing damage against champions causes them to drop orbs that are automatically collected upon leaving combat, filling a bar above Kayn's portrait. Once the bar is full, he can choose to either be overwhelmed by Rost or expel him to become the Shadow Assassin, based on whether he has damaged more melee or ranged champions, respectively. Once primed, the other option becomes available after 4 minutes. Kayn can continue collecting orbs for his other form to reduce the wait time. The transformation can only be performed by interacting with Kayn's portrait while on the summoning platform, permanently changing his abilities. Reaping/Small Dash that procs damage, X2 Kayn dashes forward, dealing physical damage to all enemies he passes through before flourishing his scythe, dealing the same damage again to surrounding enemies. Both instances of Reaping/Slash deal 40 bonus damage against minions and monsters. Blades reach AoE damage. After a short delay in which he can't perform any other actions, Kayn performs an upward sweep with his scythe, dealing physical damage to all enemies in a line and slowing them by 90%, decaying over 1.5 seconds. Shadow Step allows you to go through walls. Kayn gains 40% bonus movement speed, is ghosted, and can ignore terrain collision for 1.5 seconds. Immobilizing effects will interrupt Shadow Step. Kayn heals himself upon moving through terrain for the first time, and if he's not in combat with enemy champions, Shadow Step's duration is increased to 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9 seconds. Entering combat with a champion after the effect is enhanced reduces the remaining duration to 1.5 seconds. Umbral, Trespass. Go untargetable inside an enemy and deal damage on exit. Passive. Kayn's basic attacks and abilities mark enemy champions for a few seconds. Active. Kayn can activate Umbral Trespass to infest a marked enemy champion for up to 2.5 seconds, revealing them and becoming untargetable for the duration. Reactivating Umbral, Trespass ends the effect early. Upon reactivation or at the end of the duration, Kayn wrenches free from their body in the cursor's direction, dealing physical damage to the target.